Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Adam DARIMMI bin SHAHRAN, and today I want to introduce to you about a beautiful country named Indonesia. Alright, welcome to Indonesia, just archipelago in the world, a land of breathtaking beauty and endless diversity. Located in Southeast Asia, Indonesia is home to over 17,000 islands stretching from Sumatra in the west to Papua in the east. With over 275 million people, it's the fourth most populous country in the world. The heart of Indonesia is Jakarta, the vibrant capital city where tradition meets modernity. It's a hub of commerce, culture and innovation. Indonesia's true charm lies in its diversity. With over 1,300 ethnic groups and 700 languages, every region has its own unique culture, art and traditions. Moreover, Indonesia also a home to incredible biodiversity. Meet the legendary Komodo dragons, gentle orangutans, and some of the richest marine life on earth. For travelers, Indonesia is paradise. Discover the tranquil beach of Bali and the adventure of hiking active volcanoes like Mount Bromo. But what truly makes Indonesia special is its people. Warm, welcoming and proud of their heritage. It's a place where unity in diversity comes to life. In conclusion, Indonesia is more than just a destination. It's an unforgettable journey. Come and experience the wonders of Indonesia for yourself. Right. Lastly, let's take a look of the beautiful of Indonesia. Let's go.
Aceh, Indonesia.
Today, I'd like to highlight some of the key economic challenges currently facing Indonesia as it strives for sustainable growth and development. First, let's talk about the fiscal deficit. In 2024, Indonesia recorded a fiscal deficit of 2.29% of GDP. Rising from 1.61% in 2023, this increase stems from the government's commitment to social programs and infrastructure development. While these investments are essential, maintaining fiscal discipline is a critical priority to ensure long-term stability. Second, there is the issue of trade protectionism. Indonesia has introduced policies requiring foreign electronics manufacturers to source at least 40% of their components locally. While this move supports domestic industries, it could inadvertently discourage foreign investment, which is crucial for economic growth. Third is corruption. Corruption remains a significant concern. High-profile cases, including allegations of police misconduct, continue to tarnish Indonesia's reputation. This not only erodes public trust but also risks deterring tourism and foreign investment, both of which are key economic drivers. Fourth is there are growing environmental concerns. Indonesia's rapid industrial expansion, particularly in nickel production for electric vehicles batteries, has led to significant deforestation and pollution. Striking a balance between economic growth and environmental sustainability is a complex but necessary challenge for the nation's future. Finally, the investment climate poses yet another challenge. While Indonesia is actively working to attract foreign investors, its regional competitors often provide more favorable policies. This means Indonesia must continuously innovate and adapt to remain competitive in the global market. In conclusion, addressing this challenge will require concerted efforts from all sectors of society. Through strategic planning, collaboration and a commitment to reform, Indonesia has the potential to turn these obstacles into opportunities for a stronger and more sustainable economy.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on the topic of public policy in Indonesia. Today I will provide an overview of Indonesia's public policy framework, the key macroeconomic challenges it faces, and the measures being implemented to address these issues. Indonesia operates under a mixed economic system, blending government intervention with market mechanisms. This approach ensures that such strategic sectors such as energy, transportation, and natural resources remain under state control to serve the public good, while the private sector drives innovation and growth in areas like manufacturing, services, and technology. This dual structure reflects Indonesia's constitutional mandate to use its resources for the welfare of its people while promoting economic development. Despite its progress, Indonesia faces several macroeconomic challenges. Inflation is a persistent issue, driven by global commodity price volatility and domestic supply chain disruption. For instance, fluctuation in food and energy prices significantly impact household spending. The government, through Bank Indonesia, has responded by tightening monetary policy, such as adjusting interest rates to curb inflation. Additionally, efforts to boost agricultural productivity and reduce dependence on imported goods are being implemented to stabilize prices. Unemployment is another critical challenge, particularly among youth and in rural areas. Many workers face difficulty finding jobs due to stimulus measures and limited opportunities in certain regions. To address this, the government has introduced initiatives like Kartu Prakerja, which provides vocational training to enhance workforce readiness. Infrastructure projects such as building roads, ports, and public housing also create immediate employment opportunities while boosting long-term economic growth.
Income inequality remains a pressing issue in Indonesia. Economic growth has not been evenly distributed, with urban areas benefiting more than rural regions. Public policies aim to reduce this disparity through targeted cash transfer programs, improved access to education and healthcare, and rural development initiatives. Progressive taxation and social safety nets are also being strengthened to promote greater equity. In terms of fiscal health, Indonesia has struggled with a growing fiscal deficit due to high spending on subsidies and infrastructure, coupled with low revenue collection. The government is working to improve tax compliance, broaden the tax base, and attract foreign direct investment by simplifying regulations and enhancing the ease of doing business. These measures aim to stabilize the country's finances while maintaining critical investment in development. Another key focus of public policy is economic diversification. Indonesia has long relied on the export of raw materials such as palm oil, coal, and rubber, making it vulnerable to global market fluctuations. To mitigate this, the government is promoting value-added industries, renewable energy, and digital innovation. Expanding regional trade partnerships and fostering entrepreneurship are also essential steps toward building a more resilient economy. In conclusion, Indonesia's public policies are designed to address its economic challenges while fostering sustainable and inclusive growth. However, effective implementation remains crucial. Strengthening governance, improving transparency, and prioritizing sustainable development will be key to achieving these goals. As Indonesia navigates its journey toward becoming a high-income nation, public policy will continue to play a pivotal role in ensuring equitable prosperity for all its citizens.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is HUSNINA YUSUF, and today I will provide a quick overview of the macroeconomic landscape of Indonesia, the largest economy in Southeast Asia. Indonesia's economy is dynamic and diverse with significant contribution from agriculture, manufacturing, and services. Its GDP growth has been steady, averaging around 5 to 6% annually in recent years, driven by domestic consumptions, investment, and export. With a population of over 217 million people, Indonesia boasts the largest consumer market, which plays a critical role in sustaining this growth. The government has focused on infrastructure development and investing in human capital to ensure long-term economic stability. Despite this robust growth, Indonesia faces several macroeconomic challenges. Inflation, for instance, is generally moderate but can spike to dual supply-side factors like natural disaster or global commodity prices fluctuations. Food prices, in particular, often put pressure on low-income households. Bank Indonesia, the central bank, uses such as interest rate to control inflation, aiming to keep it within the target range of 2 until 4%. Another issue is unemployment and underemployment. While the official unemployment rate is relatively low compared to other developing nations, many Indonesians, particularly in rural areas, work in informal or low-paying jobs. There is also a skill gap that limits access to higher-paying formal employment opportunities. The government is addressing this by promoting vocational training, education, and foreign investment to create better jobs. On the fiscal side, Indonesia has managed to maintain relatively low public debt levels, but fiscal deficits are widening due to increased spending on infrastructure and social programs. Balancing this spending while maintaining fiscal discipline remains a challenge for policymakers. Trade and external factors are also crucial to Indonesia's economy. The country is heavily reliant on exports, particularly in commodities like palm oil, coal, and natural gas. However, these reliance make Indonesia vulnerable to global market fluctuations, including commodity price volatility and changes in global demand. Additionally, the Indonesian rupiah often experiences volatility, which can increase the cost of import and raise external debt burdens. Another critical issue is income inequality. While economic growth has reduced poverty rates, wealth distributions remain uneven, with rural areas being disproportionate effect. The government has introduced social programs to address this, but progress has been slow. Finally, infrastructure deficit hinder Indonesia's productivity and competitiveness. While there has been progress in building roads, port, and airport, many rural areas still lack access to quality education, healthcare, and reliable energy. Ensuring these infrastructure projects are efficiently implemented and inclusive remains a key challenge. In conclusion, while Indonesia's macroeconomic fundamentals are strong, addressing challenges such as inflation, unemployment, income inequality, and infrastructure deficit is critical for sustainable growth. By focusing on economic diversification, improving labor markets, and managing external vulnerabilities, Indonesia can solidify its position as a leading emerging economy in the global market. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Zul. Today I will be talking about the measure taken by the Indonesian government to address its economic challenge. Indonesia is a fast-growing economy, but like any country, it faces issues like inflation, unemployment, fiscal deficit, and external vulnerabilities. The good news? The government is tackling this problem head-on with bold and innovative strategies. Let's dive into the details. To start, the government is focusing on driving economic growth. A big part of this is massive infrastructure development. Imagine new highway, airport, and ports connecting every part of Indonesia. That's exactly what is happening. This project aren't just about transportation. They are boosting trade, creating jobs, and attracting investment. The government is also investing in its people through programs like Kartu Prakerja, which help workers gain new skills for better paying jobs. Inflation is another challenge the government is actively managing. Rising price, especially for food, can hit families hard. To control inflation, Bank Indonesia adjusts interest rate and use other monetary policies. Meanwhile, the government is working to stabilize food price by increasing domestic production and reducing import dependency. Subsidies and price control on essential items like rice and cooking oil are also helping to protect low-income families from rising costs. Unemployment, especially underemployment in rural areas, is a critical issue. To create more jobs, the government is launching labor-intensive infrastructure project. This project not only boosts economy actively but also provide immediate employment opportunities. Programs to support small business and encourage entrepreneurship are also underway. Additionally, vocational training programs are helping workers gain the skill they need for higher productivity and better paying jobs. These initiatives are transforming the labor market and improving life across the country. The government is also making great strides in fighting poverty and reducing inequality. Programs like Program Keluarga Harapan provide cash assistance to low-income families, while Jaminan Kesihatan Nasional ensure affordable healthcare for all Indonesians. Finally, the government is working to build resilience in the face of global economic challenges. Indonesia is diversifying its export, moving away from raw commodities to higher value products like refined nickel and electric vehicle batteries. Trade agreements are opening new markets, and foreign reserves are being strengthened to protect against external shocks. The government is also investing in sustainability industry like renewable energy and tourism to ensure a more stable and resilient economy.